Okay, we've just left the hotel, which is back there. And we're off to this, what was once the Ghost Mall, meant to be almost full capacity. We'll see. Right, we just got off that bus stop there. Check these units out, look at that. It's definitely a working class city, this one, that's what it said. So we'll see what this mall's like, but the area, the whole of this city, it is kind of like a working class city. That was why I think the mall failed in the beginning. Got a little bit of a Malaysia vibe going on through here. Cicadas in the trees. Okay, that's the mall. It wraps around here and it runs all the way down. I can see way down the other end, so it definitely covers a lot of ground. We've got all day here. Look, that's more of it here. Runs through there. That big circle thing's part of it. Well, so this is the centre of it. Big open area in the centre. There's a Harvey store, there's phone stores in the middle. Check out the big whale's tail. It's pretty cool. McDonald's right there. I'm going to go get myself something from there. Alright, so it's got a pineapple frappe. You see here, there's a lot not finished here. This is the mall. That's the Macca's second story. It looks like there's nothing in that top story. The rendering here is not very good. This is the first building. As you can see, there's that building over there, wraps all the way around. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know about 90% occupancy rate. We'll see about that. A few Luckin coffees around the bottom floors. Top floors definitely look all empty. It's fairly warm in here too. It's not as hot as outside. So there's a few shops in this part. We were just down that end. Just going to walk right up this building to the back on this second floor. There's no way it's 90%. Not even close to 90%. I'll work it out at the end. We're going to still do a couple more buildings, but I would say at the moment it wouldn't even be 50. Big play area for the kids though, so they're happy down there. Okay, we're on the third floor now. This would have been a real big shop. Really weird walking around a mall that's in this state. Just came in through out of that dead bit where the lifts were. This whole big shop is here, look at it. That was that entrance to that place, look. You wouldn't hardly know it was here because it's dead all around. It looks like something's up this end. Yeah, look, this end here seems full, but the story below down this end had nothing. So it's a real kind of mishmash of where things are open and closed here. This end part almost seems to be quite community based. There's piano shop here. This is like music area. There was kids doing singing over the other side over there. There's people playing drums around the corner in a room. So it sort of seems like communal. We've seen this in a few places in China where they turn the malls into communal. The wee kid playing. This top floor's got maybe 2 shops here. Again, this end is really dead. But yeah, no, there's not much up here at all. Maybe it's going to be 5 shops if you're lucky. The whole place is pretty run down. When you don't have many people paying rent, it's hard to keep the maintenance up, I guess. It's definitely not thriving. I'll show you up this bit here. As you can see, there's not a lot happening there. Yeah, there's definitely more in the bottom. The bottom would definitely be like 90% on this bottom floor. Second floor maybe 60, and then it drops as it goes up. Didn't see that step there though. It's like a street. Really strange. We just walked into a shop, the Anta shop. You see there, Anta, and it looks like it goes back here. Look, there's way more shops in here. So this is all air-conned in this part now. Look, It's a whole different mall. This is insane. Oh, that's quite different. That really froze you. We're just out there getting cooked. We said we'll go in the Anta store, didn't we, for a little bit of cooling off. It's a whole other part of the mall. So maybe that department store, that's probably not quite on the bottom floor. It's the second and third, you'd call it. They call ground floor 1. It just shows you this is just one small part of this mall. We've just found, I don't know how you say it, hoi caller steak. You get a mad steak meal up there for less than 20 bucks. We're going to remember this is here. That might be dinner if we don't see anything better. The other end again where the ball pit was, they've done this nice roof here to draw us into this area. I'm thinking maybe this end is done as well. So we'll have a wee look, but maybe not. Let's have a look. No, still a lot of deadness in the back area. Okay, that was that row that we walked up that was inviting. We've just sort of taken a turn off, but this is all the offshoots of it. So see, there's entries in here, more of these here. But it's definitely a rabbit warren one. It's like real old school setup. It's like in Malaysia, when you go to old malls in Malaysia, they have a lot of this, where it's a lot of little narrow walkways with a ton of shops. But this one's definitely a lot more empty than anything. So, come out of those rabbit warren shops, that was the ball pit back there. This is a big wider one out to the back of the mall, just goes out to the back street. A few big shops here, but she's warm in this area, that's for sure. Kirsten's checking this shop here out. Let's hope that's not the theme park they talked about. Because if that's the theme park they talked about, that's pretty lame. Anyway, we're going to go into the next building now. That's this one here. There was a walkway to it up there, but we're going to go in from the ground floor. But that's the building we were just in and done. See, it's got a bit of a Disney look up the top there, castle. Some shops out here. This building might be more promising. It might be more air-conned inside, but most of that was really hot in there, and there was only one part they'd done up where it was actually felt like a good mall experience. Okay, we walked around into the main area here. This could be the one they've spent the money on. So far, well, as soon as you walk in, it's all air-conned. And that's the aquarium, Dongguan Aquarium. We might see how much it is. Might be worth a look. Just checking out the prices. I think it could be a theme park as well. So this is a big area for kids. It looks pretty big too. Look, it goes to the second floor. A lot of kids in here today. Okay, this is the second floor of this one. Got a big thing here. You can do simulations for dinosaurs and everything. And also you got something here. That's probably more kids. That looks like Lego Playland for kids or something. And then you got more shops here. There is a couple empty here, but it's pretty full in this part of the building. You see, I've come outside the little walkway, and that you got all the extra bit of building here. None of that seems to be being used. And then obviously it goes the other way a bit too, but it doesn't look like it goes as far across as it should for the size of the building. So not sure what's happening with the rest of the building. This is definitely the entertainment part of this whole big complex that we're in. Not sure they're singing. So that's karaoke. A lot of games in here, pretty big. This is just one of the gaming areas. There's another like 2 or 3 on the other side. Here's another area just past the IMAX. You can come down in here and play. You buy tickets there. And there's a ton of games in here. Look, Kirsten's having a look. So another big giant area with different rides and everything. It goes all the way back. So this is probably what that other building is that you can't get to. It'll be just gigantic areas for kids to play. Look, it goes all the way out the back there, you can see. So yeah, this is a huge thing for kids, massive. Let's go up and see what's up the next level. Okay, so this top level is a little bit of a no-go. Very low ceiling, not much up here. It goes all the way back there, but most of it's like a gym area here. Massive gym. And then some sort of thing over here with some cool paintings on the wall. But look, it's just all seating here, but there's no shop, so I don't know. Yeah, you can see here, there's all these shops are missing. There's one funny wee shop over there. I don't know what that is, but yeah, look, that's all blacked out. That's a big area. Then you'll actually get a good look at what's here now. That was the walkway over. So this was the part of the building I said wasn't used. You can see way over there, it's all dead. But they have got some tennis courts in there with a big roof area. It's taken up like 2 or 3 levels. But here's all the kids area, look. It's huge. Look at this where the kids can ride upside down, look, on the bike. It's like a loop. There's another one with a track that goes round. You see a bike sitting over there. But look at this place. Like as a kid, you would go nuts here. And it just goes all the way across out. There's all more stuff. So absolutely crazy. And it looks like there's some sort of ride that goes around the top here as well. They've also got a big water slide park in here as well for the kids. This place, as a kid, I can see why they were all jumping up and down out there begging to get in here. Look at it, big swimming pool down the bottom, slides, water pistols, it's all happening in there. I can tell you what, it is hot. Okay, we're crossing out of the one that had all that crazy amusement area for kids. We're going to walk our way into this building. This is the French building. A wee bit more busier. Definitely feels like there's more shops in this part. But again, it's an open one. And it's really hot today. Like, it is scorching hot today. Looks like that part might be all enclosed. So we'll go check out this area first and then we'll go into that part there. We're cruising over in the cooler part. That's towards that more than the other side of it. Looks like it's all enclosed. So hopefully it is. And it's got all that, look, the old French architecture. So I don't know what's going to be in that building yet. It doesn't look promising from out here when you look at it. But maybe inside's a totally different world. We'll find out. Some nice looking shops along here though with food. And goose is a big thing here. Goose is what this Dongguan is known for. It's all pretty dead. Right along that side's dead. Too hot. So hot along here. And obviously, I don't know if it gets that cold here in winter, but yeah, that's not a lot up there. I think there's a shop up there. Other than that, all that's closed along there. But it's full down the bottom. Alright, we're back to where we walked in. There's a little bit more shops here. We look like we're going to get some drink because it's pretty hot. Okay, we just came in there and this is definitely a bit more aircon, so we'll have a look around here. This could be the bougie part by the look of it. I just said to Kirsten before, you'd see no Gucci in here or anything like that. Okay, I just got myself some beef jerky. Australian and South American. They didn't have New Zealand. Got a picture of it up there. We're on the 3rd story of this building now, or is it 2nd? So this might be the 2nd. See, that's a bit of that front part you saw. That's the whale's tail out the window. But most of this is full. On the 3rd story now, we've got Nike there. Fairly full. It's probably 99% full this floor in this part of the mall. So, now look, if we read a thing where it said it was 98% full, I got a funny feeling the person that came and done the review just came into like this part, didn't actually walk around the whole mall, and that's a pretty false review really of a mall when you do that, because yes, this end might be 98%, but in total so far I would say maybe it's getting towards 75 if you take everything into account. Maybe 70. Okay, I just walked through from that other bit I was in just to show you this arch thing they built. It's supposed to be a replica of the French one. This is the building in here, but as you can see, this is all closed off. None of this bit of the building's really being used. Same as there. They're just using the bottom area. I think that might be where the kids' stuff is too though, in this part, in behind there. So, alright, we'll head back this way. Kirsten's kept walking straight up, she's thirsty. Back over the other side now, there's Kirsten, look, over there. She's waiting for me. If she's dying for a drink, we better get her a drink. Alright, we're on the bus now to Modern Mall. It's called One Mall. I think it's about a 50-minute ride, 50 cents. So that's what we're looking at outside. We get to see a bit of this city. And what do we think of that mall? Well, I don't know. I'll probably call it one of the ugliest malls I've been to. I don't know what to say about that mall. Glad we went and checked it out, but it was definitely, it wasn't a ghost mall, but it was not that great a mall. Back in a lot of love. Obviously they don't have the money. Don't know what happened to the theme park. It actually did have some big rides. I looked at some old pictures, but they're all gone now. There's got a couple of kiddie ones at the back. We're crossing the bridge now. So I've got a double waterway there with those old units, going up along there. It once would have been great with the awesome view of the river. Now there's what you call a dead mall there. That is a ghost mall. Absolutely empty as. Obviously a big government building there. Beautiful grounds. Massive big walking area. Looking at a giant building there. Right on the metro. There's a metro station there. Okay, we've made it to one mall. That's a international hotel, that big building. Look, there's a skyscraper there. There's another one there. This is like looks like a business district, hotel district. And this one mall I think is quite big. I think it runs all the way down. Might be like 3 blocks long. So we'll check it out. Looks pretty new, pretty modern. Okay, we're going in. Already feels like it's going to be really cool in here. Oh yeah. Not super cold, but definitely cool enough. Now is this for a pet store? Look at it. It goes all the way up there as well. Oh, it's pretty chopper in here. It's only a small area, this. So it must go somewhere else. So that was the mall we just came out of. Not a real big one, that's just the start of it. Check this out here. So that's another mall over there. So we're heading down to the one mall which is at the end of this. Some basketball courts up here. It's really hard to tell what's a mall and what's not a mall. This looks like the shops in here. There's more down the bottom. Bottom seems to have all the people. We've definitely found the big mall. Don't know how many stories it is, but it's pretty big and it's got a lot of shops in here. Pretty much 99% full. Well, we've made it to the top. This is the top. We stayed here. The smaller area up here. The theatres were below us. We'll head back down now. We'll look for something to eat. Everywhere's busy though. All these people sitting here are waiting for a seat in here. Look, there's no seats left. This lizard here. The backpack. It's a real one. Will he move? Yeah, he just moved. Little meerkat. Not sure what that animal is. They've got a whole heap of different animals in here. Whatever that says. Look how packed this place is. Look. It's crazy. Look at it. Definitely not a dead mall, this one. Just came out of that big mall there. We're going to see if we can get a space in here. We might have to go to one a bit further away because this looks really full. This place is still busy as. It's just getting busier now. It's getting to be about 10 to 6. So that's where originally we were walking along the top. But we've got to cut. We're going to get the bus out of here. It's too much for us. We've just eaten a big pizza each from Domino's. We're full. Had a Diet Coke. That's us. Well, we're almost back through these buildings. Check this out here though. How cool is that? This is actually the 1 and 2 line where it crosses over. There's only 2 lines in this city. Yeah. Unlike Shenzhen that has like 16 lines, this has only 2, even though the populations are nearly the same. Something to do with the layout of the cities. this didn't suit it. But look, we've got to go down all these steps. We've got to get across the road to get the bus. So that's what we're doing. Alright, this is the station. Check it out. So obviously would be the biggest one here, being the changeover station with both lines. We're just going to work out, oh yeah, we're AG exit, I believe. We'll get back up to the bus stop, because these train lines do not go to where we're staying, unfortunately. Almost back to the hotel now. Going over the last bridge. And a short walk.